Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, remains one of history's most intriguing figures, not only for her rule and romantic liaisons, but also for the mystery surrounding her lineage, particularly the identity of her mother. Despite the wealth of information about Cleopatra herself, her mother's identity remains a topic shrouded in historical ambiguity and intrigue. Who was Cleopatra's mother? The enigma of Cleopatra VII's mother, Cleopatra V Tryphaena, is a compelling slice of history that highlights the complexities of ancient historiography. Historians are left with scant details about her, primarily due to the fragmentary nature of ancient texts and the peculiar societal norms of the time, which often overlooked the roles of women, especially in royal lineages. The mysterious absence of Cleopatra V from historical records, right after the birth of her most famous daughter, suggests a deliberate omission, or perhaps a loss due to the degradation of papyrus records over millennia. This absence is not just a void in the historical records. It is a window into the dynamics of power and how it was chronicled in ancient times. In the Ptolemaic dynasty, where royal women could wield significant influence and power, the erasure of such a potentially pivotal figure could have been politically motivated. The intrigue deepens when considering the political environment of the time, which was marked by frequent power struggles, both within the royal family and with external forces like Rome. Moreover, the potential identification of Cleopatra V as the mother of Cleopatra VII raises questions about her role in shaping Cleopatra VII's formidable character and political acumen. If Cleopatra V was indeed her mother, her guidance, either direct or posthumous, could have been crucial in forming the strategic mindset that Cleopatra VII is renowned for. The legacy of Cleopatra V, therefore, could be subtly interwoven with the successes and challenges of her daughter's reign. These gaps in our historical understanding not only fuel academic debate, but also captivate the imagination, prompting both scholarly and artistic exploration into what might have been. Ptolemaic dynasty's complex web. Embark on a journey back to the enthralling era of the Ptolemaic dynasty, where the corridors of power were woven with the threads of familial intrigue as thick as the Nile's fertile banks. In this world, the lines between family and power blur, as marriages between siblings were not merely accepted but strategically employed to cement authority and unify the Macedonian lineage established by Alexander the Great's successors. The genealogy of Cleopatra is not merely a list of names, but a dynamic narrative of power, betrayal, and the quest for dominance. In the Ptolemaic court, royal siblings marrying one another wasn't an anomaly, but a deliberate tactic to consolidate power and fortify the family's grip on the throne. This practice, though alien to many modern sensibilities, was rooted in the desire to preserve the divine status and pure bloodline of the royal family, echoing similar traditions among the pharaohs of ancient Egypt. These marriages often led to complex political dynamics, as alliances were forged and broken in the shadows of the pyramids. The fusion of Greek and Egyptian cultures under Ptolemaic rule brought about not only unique governance models, but also a distinct architectural and cultural synergy that can still be observed in the ruins that pepper the landscape of modern Egypt. This cultural amalgamation influenced everything from the construction of temples and cities to the religious practices that blended Greek and Egyptian deities into a single pantheon. Cleopatra VII, the dynasty's most famous descendant, navigated this intricate political maze with unparalleled acumen. Her ability to use her family's complicated relationships to her advantage illustrates her skill in political maneuvering, turning potential familial pitfalls into opportunities for strengthening her political position. Her reign showcased the culmination of generations of Ptolemaic strategy, as she engaged with Rome's most powerful leaders, using her heritage and political savvy in attempts to secure her position and Egypt's sovereignty. Political implications of her lineage. Venture into the opulent and perilous realms of the ancient world, where Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh of Egypt, wielded her illustrious lineage not just as a claim to power, but as a strategic weapon in the grand chessboard of Mediterranean politics. This queen, whose ancestry was as rich as the land she ruled, played a high-stakes game with the most powerful leaders of Rome, turning her royal heritage into a key asset in her political arsenal. Cleopatra's engagements with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony were far from mere romantic episodes. They were meticulously crafted alliances that served dual purposes, securing her throne and attempting to maintain Egypt's sovereignty against the encroaching ambitions of Rome. Her relationship with Caesar began as a political alliance, where she famously presented herself to him rolled in a carpet, not just as a symbol of submission, but as a clever ploy to secure his support against her rivals in Egypt. Her later liaison with Mark Antony was equally strategic, aimed at creating a power block to counter the rising threat of Octavian, the future Augustus. The famous meetings at Tarsus were not just about shared affections, but were critical negotiations. Cleopatra sought to solidify her position and ensure the survival of her dynasty through Antony, who needed the resources of Egypt to contend with his rivals in Rome. Cleopatra's use of her lineage and relationships highlights her skill in navigating the treacherous waters of late Republican Roman politics. Her story is a vivid tableau of how dynastic politics could intersect with the personal, shaping the contours of empires. Her demise, following the defeat at the Battle of Actium, marked not only the end of her life and the Ptolemaic dynasty, but also the effective end of the Egyptian pharaoh's rule, as Egypt was absorbed into the Roman Empire. Cleopatra's legacy, steeped in both admiration and notoriety, shows how her royal lineage was both her greatest strength and her most critical vulnerability. Her life serves as a profound reminder of the potent blend of romance and power politics, illustrating that the personal decisions of leaders can indeed alter the course of history. Legacy of mystery. Step into the veiled past, where Cleopatra's maternal origins are cloaked in the mists of time, presenting a fascinating enigma that merges history with mystery. The uncertainty about her mother's identity not only stirs the imagination, but also highlights the limitations and allure of ancient historical narratives. This ambiguity opens endless avenues for interpretation, making Cleopatra's lineage a captivating puzzle for historians and enthusiasts alike. Cleopatra's persona, often defined by her political acumen and romantic liaisons, gains an additional layer of intrigue when considered alongside the unknowns of her maternal heritage. The gaps in her family history provoke a re-examination of what we know about the past, urging us to consider the countless stories lost to time. These omissions in the historical record invite us to question established narratives and reconstruct the past with a blend of known facts and educated conjecture. The story of Cleopatra VII, intertwined with the scant details about her mother, epitomizes how historical figures can be both documented and mysterious, their lives filled with unanswered questions that echo through the ages. Her legacy, enriched by these mysteries, transcends mere facts and figures, evolving into a legend that captivates the imagination of each new generation. Cleopatra's life and the shadows surrounding her origins remind us that history is not just a collection of recorded events, but a living, evolving narrative that is continually interpreted and reimagined by those who explore its depths. The legacy of Cleopatra, veiled partly in the unknown, challenges us to explore beyond the edges of the recorded canvas into the realm where history meets myth. As we delve into her story, we are reminded that the past is a tapestry woven from both the threads of facts and the gaps between them, offering a perpetual mystery that invites exploration, debate, and creative interpretation. If you enjoyed unraveling the mysteries of Cleopatra's legacy with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more fascinating videos from history. Share your thoughts and ideas for future topics in the comments below. Keep watching and stay curious.